Hey, it's Allan from yourweddinghub.com. I want to welcome you today. I've got a good buddy of mine, Mitch. He happens to be one of my ministers that does weddings in some of our chapels, and that's what I want Mitch and I to talk about today. I'm going to try and let Mitch do all the talking. I'll try and keep my mouth shut, but you probably have already figured out by now that's hard for me. But I want to talk about just some of the things that brides and grooms you want to be thinking about when you're planning your wedding ceremony. Now, I'm kind of dressed in wedding gear because I just finished doing a wedding, but it's just nice and relaxed. He actually just wants, this guy can bench press 260 pounds, so I had to put my jacket on because I don't want my limp little arms getting shown up by him. But anyway, it's a privilege to have you here today, Mitch.
Well, it's a joy to be here, Allan, and you know, we're talking about the importance of a ceremony planning meeting and how special that is. And I just want to tell a little story about ceremony planning meeting because, you know, I like to go to Starbucks and have coffee first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. And so I go to the Starbucks in our local area, and one of the baristas there is a real nice young lady. And we got to talking, I told her what I did, and she said, boy, let me have your business card. If I ever get married, I want you to perform the wedding ceremony. Wow. So I thought, wow, isn't that enough? That's cool. Yeah. And so then went in there about 4 weeks later, and we're talking, and she said, you know, Mitch, she says, a friend of mine got married, and she said, I wished I would have asked you to perform the wedding ceremony. I said, well, why is that? She says, because, you know, she was all excited about her wedding ceremony, and the groom was all excited because it's their special day. Sure. All their guests were so thrilled. But she said, you know, the officiant that did the service, it was like he was between two appointments. They didn't feel that they had his full attention. He was kind of rushing through things. Wow. There was just something that was missing in that precious day that they will never be able to replace again. And she said, boy, she said, I wish I would have had you there. I said, you know, guaranteed I would have been there in a moment because that's what it's really all about. And I think it's important in a wedding ceremony planning meeting for the bride and the groom to really get a comfort level with that officiant. To feel like that person that's going to be hosting them on that special day, walking through the ceremony, he is listening to what they want done on that particular day. So
let me just stop for a second, Mitch. So what I think I'm hearing you're saying is you kind of want to make sure there's a connection between you and them.
That's exactly what you want, a connection. You know, it's kind of like, you know, they're kind of checking me out and I'm trying to see what it is that they really want in their wedding. Yeah. Because I really feel that your wedding ceremony should be a reflection of what you want. You know, the minister or the officiant or whoever it is, the commissioner that's doing it, they have parameters that they have to kind of abide by and that they have to work in. But there's lots of room there to kind of tailor that, especially to what you want. You know your guests, you know your family, you know what's going to be, what's going to make them happy, what's going to make them sad. And so I'm kind of looking for that direction. Wow. So that's what really happens in a planning meeting. You know, you just kind of go through that process, and then after that, boom, it's what I call the aha moment, where you know exactly what the couple wants because you've communicated about it, and you can go into that ceremony with real confidence.
Wow. I can tell we're just kind of getting rolling with this. This is awesome. This is brides and grooms. This is what you need to be thinking about when it comes to planning the ceremony part, is meeting with your officiant. And I think Mitch nailed it when he talked about making sure you've got that connection. So this is just kind of part one. We're going to invite you to come back and join us for more on just some of the things that you need to be thinking about when you're meeting with your prospective officiant. And so in the meantime, tell your friends to check us out, especially those that are planning on getting married. Like us on Facebook. I gotta say, please click that like box and follow us on Twitter and make sure that's kind of the joke. If you haven't seen the blooper reel now, you'll know why I'm saying follow us on Twitter. But come on back and check us out tomorrow on yourweddinghub.com. Thanks for joining us.